Hey, welcome to New Jump City, everybody, where we recap the week in American and Japanese sequential art. I am your host, Christian, the unbiased king, Espinal. And joining me through Discord, it is the man, the myth, the legend. It is the tank top sage. It is Joshua Gangsta Time Cole.
It's called Partner, but it should be called Gangsta Time.
Are you muted?
What up, Chris? What's good, everybody listening?
Hello.
I'm not muted anymore.
Yeah, we can hear you loud and clear. Also joining us, it is my brother, the producer of this show. It is Edgelord Big News Brian.
What's up, nerds?
Hello, hello, hello. Oh boy, we got a big old show today. We are covering Chainsaw Man's back. We got Boruto this week, so we're just gonna get into the plugs. Let's not waste any time. You could find me at the Chris Espinal on Twitter and Instagram. Joshua Cole, where can they find you?
At JD Cole _37. That's on Instagram. And at New Jump City Josh on the Twitter.
Oh, yeah. I gotta update your little screen here. I still have your old NY Chillin' one.
Yeah, I checked and confirmed it.
Yeah, this is true, but
peace out to that one. I got so used to saying it.
Yeah, that one is a lie. Don't believe the one that's down there. It's New Jump City Josh.
Well, we don't have to put disrespect on its name.
I mean, it's not the one.
Yes, we do.
Brian, where can they find you?
All right.
Find me at b.esp
All
on
right.
both Instagram and Twitter. And if you ever want to catch me when I'm streaming, you can find me at twitch.tv/Live.
Yeah, so nobody can
You sound
find
like
you.
you sound like the Spanish people on the radio.
Yeah, yeah, like
Wait.
yeah.
Yeah.
I wish.
Gigante.
It's funny because he doesn't usually speak Spanish.
Yeah, if I spoke better.
So cerrado.
Yeah, I know that one. I feel like if I knew Spanish slightly more fluently, if it was more second nature, I would have been able to accompany that with an act out. But alas, here we are. You could follow the show itself at New Jump City on Twitter and Instagram. Follow us on Twitter, especially because we do a really good chapter of the week poll that is now up. And we do it every week, pretty much after the official release of Viz, which is what we cover usually. We don't do the scanlation thing, but check our... No. Piracy is wrong unless it's Hajime no Ippo, because there's no other way to read it.
Or if, you just feel like it, because we don't judge.
Yeah, we don't.
But support the art. Support the artists and authors if you can.
Yeah, there's multiple ways to do that. But yeah,
Right.
check our Twitter, vote in the poll for your favorite series of the week, and we drop it here on the show. We drop the winner on this here show. We got a winner today. It's a little bit of an underdog. Very excited to announce the winner for this one because it's different than what it usually is.
I'm different. Yeah, I'm different.
So yeah,
I know what that means.
yeah, check it out. Do that thing. You can email us at newjumpcitypod@gmail.com with any questions, suggestions, anything you guys wanted to talk about. I know we're a little backed up on questions, but we'll get there. Keep sending them in. Fuck it. We'll get to them. So check us out on that. Comment underneath the video if you prefer that. Comment your questions, your thoughts on the show, your thoughts on the chapters that we cover this week, and subscribe while you're at it. Why don't you hit that little subscribe button and the little bell button so you never miss an upload. So check us out on that. Or if you prefer video podcasts or audio podcasts, my bad, you can check us out on iTunes, Spotify, Google Podcasts, wherever you listen to podcasts. We're likely on there, so do the thing, check it all out. And without further ado, let's get the show started proper. My Hero Academia. This is My Hero Academia, chapter 368, Rev Up, One for All. The cover page is unfortunate.
Yeah, I was a little confused as to why that was a thing, but
Let's play the game of where were you when you opened My Hero Academia.
Thankfully, I was at home.
Chris, you was at home?
I was luckily very much at
Were you at
home.
home?
I was lucky.
Did you win the lottery as well?
I was lucky to be at home too.
Where were you,
That's
Josh?
Where were you, Josh?
What do y'all think? Oh, not
You're at
the
work?
worst place. Yeah, at work. But we all know what the worst place is.
Yeah.
On the
The New
train.
York City subway.
Yeah.
the Metropolitan Transportation.
Oh man,
What was the
well,
A?
guys, you never know who's
A line?
looking down.
Yeah. You know who that is, right, Josh? That's the Invisible Girl.
Oh, I thought that was supposed to be like adult Airy.
Nope, that's just the Invisible Girl. That's what she looks like. And
Why?
why?
I actually had no idea who that was.
It's a
I
decent.
thought that was Ashido.
It's a decent reminder that Hagakure has to be fully naked in order for her quirk to be of any use. So that's unfortunate. It's kind of like a dark reminder of that. Is that Hagakure is actually constantly naked. But anyway, on to the chapter itself. We addressed it.
No, didn't they make new clothes that go invisible with her?
I don't
Or
know.
am I thinking about
I hope so.
the Incredibles?
You would think that. That is an Incredibles thing, though. They did that for Violet. But whatever.
Wow, I had no idea that was her because she has the gloves and the boots.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't really seen
Oh,
her.
we're really getting to the end of the series now. If he's doing this.
Where he's like, there's no narrative room for me to show you what she really for real looks like.
Okay. How was it gonna go there? But yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
Pretty much.
There you go. We addressed it. But on to the chapter proper. Last we left off, Deku got his fucking shit together. All right. He pulled himself together, and the last thing he did, he asked, "Is Shigaraki still in there?" Mirio's like, "Huh?" All right. So Shigaraki just continues to talk his shit. It's not really Shigaraki at this point. It's pretty much all for one.
Yeah, but I got some clarity in this chapter. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, it's pretty much all for
With
one,
that.
all the way through. And he's like, "Really? Is that what you're talking about? Is that's your question, Tomura Shigaraki? You mean? No, he's gone. The two have achieved a perfect melding, but perhaps it's because All for One has been alive longer that he's the one in charge. So he basically is like,
So,
oh,
I was wrong.
what do you mean?
Well, not wrong, but I was my hopes and dreams were dashed. He did not, in fact, reply with no on in spite of pose like last week.
No,
I had hoped.
yeah, no. He
did tell him no.
He did say no, but just not in the way we would want him to. But in any case, he's just he's basically like, I'm not gonna let you win. And Mirio remembers and relays to Deku the information that like, I don't think he's really being truthful about that because he made some kind of rude accusation a while ago, and Shigaraki, the real Shigaraki, came out and just like responded back with some weird childish response. So he might still be in there. And we see the visage of Nana Shimura look at the hand of Shigaraki, the family members that are now his fingers, his finger family. And Nana obviously recognizes them because that's her literal son, who is a finger now. And she's like, he's still in there. So, at that point, that's when Shigaraki is just like, that's enough of their shit. And he charges onward. He hulks out, basically. Midori does this cool move where he combines the Fajin with the Black Whip to create this like cool chain thing that like to propel some kind of projectile at Shigaraki, sends him flying. And then we get the visage of the second One for All user, and he says, "You're done once you use this. Take him down within 5 minutes, or the world loses this world." A time limit?
Remember, got a Bleach reference. Hitsugaya?
Yeah,
Ice Kid.
yeah, that's Hitsugaya.
Remember, why was he so cool? Not just because he was a loner and because he had ice and it was a dragon. What did it really come down to?
His cool silver hair?
No, the timer on his back.
Oh yeah, he did have like the thing that melts, and once that thing's done,
Because what that tells you is there's always potential. There's always the oh, what if he didn't have a timer though and could just keep going?
Yeah, I mean that's I think literally every manga does this, where there's like,
Oh yeah, no, I'm honoring the trope. I'm not.
It's you have 5 minutes to use this technique. Luffy's done it like a billion times.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's what Gear's all about.
Yeah. So
Speaking
of Gears,
the kid from Black Clover, the main
Asta.
character, Asta.
yeah,
Devil mode.
yeah.
Double mode.
Debo mode.
It's been lit.
Yeah.
Double mode.
You only have X amount of time to whip ass. You better hurry up.
Oh wait, Luffy has that too.
You better get this ass whooping done in 5 minutes.
Yeah, Luffy has that too. Actually,
Yeah, everybody does. But anyway, Deku.
Oh yeah, pretty much everyone.
Yeah, every single main character does. But
not Yuji.
we'll see. I think there's something.
Not
He
yet.
can't use Black Flash very long.
Yeah, but that's not like a mode.
That's true.
He's more of a spirit gun.
Yeah, he is more of a spirit gun.
He is.
He can use it a couple times, and then he's out of juice.
Yeah, juice. But yeah, Deku does this thing. He does like a seconds transmission, and he shifts his hands, and he all of a sudden, like, Shigaraki like tries to get away, but Deku appears directly under him, and he goes second gear, third gear, top gear with every one of his attacks. And I guess there's like some kind of delay that's being indicated here, as Shigaraki just suddenly shoots up into the sky, and Miro notes that the sounds are delayed, and he's like, "Whoa, what the fuck just happened?" And the second All for One One for All user states that no, it's a different beast than back in the day. All for One, the meta ability that changes a target's speed when touched, gear shift, overdrive, and we see Deku already loading up another attack, and we see the OG All for One One for All user address. The OG One for All user address the All for One guy, and we get a big 2-page spread where Deku brings down his fist and uses a Detroit Smash right into the solar plexus of Shigaraki, and that's where the chapter ends. And that was My Hero Academia chapter 368. Josh, what were your thoughts about the chapter?
I liked it overall. There's a few things I guess, that annoyed me, but I'm not gonna linger on it because I've already talked about these things. So I like the fighting in this chapter. I like the art. Shigaraki was, bro, he was getting hurt. What can I say? Midoriya was just like punishing him with wicked hooks to his body. I like that. I even though I would have liked to see a little bit of development with these like quirks and abilities before, leading up to these big moves. It's just nice to see them anyway, and they're creative. I like how we combine the quirks together with the black chain, which I actually read as blockchain the first time.
Yeah. No, I know what you mean.
Now, either I'm dyslexic or
no. I mean, that's like a big
I've been watching
thing.
too many crypto videos.
Too much crypto.
And then he promptly got angry at Horikoshi for naming an exact blockchain.
I wasn't even gonna be upset.
I shouldn't have bought the dip.
No, I listened to the crypto bros.
No, a bad investment. My one weakness.
Nah, but I mean it. Midoriya was busting him up. I mean, Shigaraki or used one. Matter of fact, I'm gonna talk about that. Okay, Midoriya was busting him up, right? But I like that Horikoshi I felt like I was given clarity as to who it is that we see in front of, like who it is that Midori is fighting against. It is essentially All for One, just a new version of All for One. That's the best way to think of it. And he said it straight up: Shigaraki's gone, or he's being suppressed. So that guy that we missed, that we seen growing up, and I lost my thought. I lost my train of thought. But like Shigaraki's gone. And he's fighting this Monopoly villain. Even though he looks pretty cool with this new handsy form. So like I said, overall good chapter. I appreciate Horikoshi giving us clarity. And oh shit, we were wrong. We were all wrong. We were all so confident.
Every single one of us.
Yeah. We all know what I'm talking about, right?
No, what do you mean?
The second's quirk.
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
yeah. Literally every theory, every theorist, every YouTube fucking reviewer, everybody was wrong about what this quirk could have been.
Yeah. Are people taking it well? What was the general reaction to everybody?
So there's a lot of confusion. Well, all right. So first off, I think the general consensus is that it's a cool quirk, but there's a big but, and it's the way that it's named that people are upset about.
I bet. Because of the gear system.
Yeah, people are like, they're fucking stealing from her. They're stealing from Oda now, bro. What the fuck is this shit, man?
Spider-Man, Oda.
Yeah, I'm willing to like kind of like overlook it as kind of like parallel thinking in a way. Like, whatever, who cares?
I'm kidding. I don't care.
Yeah, it's like
Fine.
who gives a shit?
It could be a nice
Luffy
nod
wasn't
to
the
it,
first
but
one
still.
to have forms.
Yeah,
And
it's also
a gear thing.
It's
Other people have gears.
It's a completely different thing. On top of that, it's not like he's boosting his power, like doing the whole like bloop, and then he's suddenly stronger and faster. His power is specifically like he changes the speed of people who he touches, and that's what it is. So it makes sense, there's a gear shift in that, with cars and whatnot. That is.
But there is a theory of what the second user's gauntlet is for.
Oh, you tell me.
Yeah, to shift the gears.
No, that's not what it's for. What it's for. So what people theorize is that he has something inside of his gauntlet that he grabs and then he throws it and then he increases the speed of what he's shooting like it's like a bullet.
Oh, that's so smart.
Oh yeah, that's kind of cool.
So it's like a railgun. He like holds something and then throws it at supersonic speeds.
That's pretty cool.
A railgun?
Yeah, that's what a railgun is.
What do they use those for?
Shooting things.
I don't know.
What?
Shooting things, probably.
Yeah, they just shoot something.
Brilliant observation.
Yeah, I mean, I try my best here.
You're welcome.
Josh, do you have any closing thoughts?
Did this win audience RGC?
Actually, it did. This won the audience really good chapter of the week.
Certified
RGC. Certified RGC.
Wow.
Certified RGC.
That was a large wow for me as well.
Yeah. Well, now that we got that out of the way, then I guess, Brian, what did you think about the chapter?
I thought it was a fucking cool chapter.
It was
not my RGC.
Banger.
Whoa, what a surprise. Not his RGC.
Yeah, I really liked this chapter. Explained a lot, did a lot of cool shit, and the art was amazing. So it was a pretty good chapter all around. I liked it. It was cool. I liked the explanation to Shigaraki. I liked the clarification. I liked the explanation of the second's quirk. I liked the now soon to be seen variety of Deku's quirks now that he can mix them together and shit. I'm really interested to see how everything kind of comes together. And I'm interested to see how everything goes to fucking shit, because it will. Everything will go wrong.
No.
Everything will, in fact, go wrong. Monoma
Stop
and
it.
Eraserhead are eventually not going to be able to keep their eyes on him.
Maybe if they had an extra training arc, they'd be strong enough to.
But I'm gonna predict it right now. Okay, this is my prediction. It's gonna be Bakugo, Deku, and Mirio versus Shigaraki at the end of this. Just those three.
No Todoroki? No Ida?
No, Todoroki's not gonna be there. Todoroki's gonna be fighting fucking actual All for One.
You know that there's no fucking way, Brian.
It's gonna happen. I bet my life on it.
That's a lot to bet.
Just because
Todoroki's
eventually,
gonna be up on that sky.
how the fuck is he gonna get there?
No, the stadium's gonna fall, and he's gonna.
Yeah,
make
but they're in the
buildings.
middle of the ocean.
That is true. They are in the middle of the
Unless
ocean.
the jets keep flying around and picking people up, but I doubt it. Shigaraki is going to be releasing all of his quirks, and at that point, it's going to be too much for even Deku to handle by himself. And that's when Bakugo is going to get his ass up with his new awakened quirk and new heart and shit. And Mirio's going to be there to like help them out and assist them.
I have a counter theory.
What's your theory?
What would that be, Christian?
I have a counter theory. My counter theory is that we keep in theme with what Deku was going through in his dirty costume days, and all of the kids from Class 1A come in and do the assist.
Oh, that would be sick.
It's a
But
whole
all of them
class
aren't
thing.
there.
No, they'll come in out of nowhere. Who cares? they'll pull up. It's not that unfeasible that they'd be there.
Unless they somehow convince Toga to use somebody else's quirk.
Yeah, let's just say A, they defeat their people and then they come running back, or B, they convince the other league members to that they're wilding and they should probably just help out because All for One is a piece of shit. That's my big old dumb theory, but we'll see. I could be wrong. We were desperately wrong about the second quirk, so
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to be right.
oh, well, nobody knows my hero better than you, Brian.
Yeah, I'm pretty
a
sure.
prediction, too.
I'm pretty sure Horikoshi's gonna take my note.
You have
here.
a prediction, Josh?
Yes,
All right.
I think that All for One just died.
Yeah,
What?
I think that's true. I think that's definitely a firm possibility. He got hit pretty hard. What if he just like Wait, Josh, you okay? Oh. What if he just died here? The next chapter opens up and it's immediately just like, oh, that was easier than I thought.
Yeah. Fucking Deku's like, all right, it's time to get up and go finish the other area. Come on, Bakugo, get up. Let's finish them off. Bakugo gets up completely fine.
Bakugo was like, is it over already? And Deku's like, yeah, it's done. We did it. Oh, all right, let's go home. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like of the three theories, that's probably the least likely. I don't know about you, Josh. But in any case, I guess I'll get into my thoughts on that note. I also like this chapter. You know, it's that kind of like cool shonen. He's got all his powers. He's showing out now. We're seeing what Deku has learned over his time with One for All for One. One for All. Sorry, I said it right the first time. I'm gonna keep getting that confused because I'm more used to saying.
I'm always getting that confused.
Yeah, I'm more used to saying All for One than One for All at this point. It's just his literal name, so I say it more. But yeah, it was just cool to see, and you know, I did love that the quirk was not what we thought it was. It did throw me for a loop because everybody was so fucking sure, you know. And you know, I still don't think that's necessarily stops him from being an ancestor to Bakugo necessarily. I think he could still be that and just have like a different quirk on him, because people have different quirks growing up, I guess. So I wouldn't put it past him to still be. He looks too much like Bakugo to still not be like a distant relative of some sort. So I see it. One thing I did like is that we did get a little bit of that vintage Deku thing of being somewhat smart with your ability. Him merging two powers that would be complementary to each other. So I like that. I hope we see more of that going forward in this battle. I hope next chapter is literally just a strategy off,
You gotta
basically.
bury them jeans on the boots
Oh,
or
Josh.
something.
I wonder how he's gonna
You're not
combine
muted.
Smoke Bomb.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
move
yeah.
out the camera. You good?
Josh, you're unmuted.
That's okay. Anyway. So yeah, I just think that was a cool thing. It was a big old action chapter, and the action was cool. There's not much more you could say about it. We'll have to see what comes of this next chapter. But yeah, that's all I got to say about it. This was like a full, like Josh mentioned, a full length chapter. So that's pretty cool. In any case, I'm done with my thoughts. Does anybody have any rebuttals? Anything else to say?
I
No,
had
no.
something
Oh yeah,
unsarcastically to say.
unsarcastic.
So he mentions he said this is 120 out of 100% at the end. That's actually why I thought he's probably dead. Maybe this might have been the last hit. Who knows? I don't know. I doubt it. But I wonder how serious they meant that, because I remember once upon a time Midoriya went to like 1,000,000% or something like that, and I took that as literal. Like he completely surpassed its limit and brought it to a point,
Yeah.
And that was like the core, the essence of the ability. And then I was brought down to earth when I realized it was just metaphor.
Yeah. Yeah, I think this is
maybe there's
also...
another word.
No, I think it's metaphorically a 1,000,000%. I think this is also a metaphorically 120%. It's just basically
Disappointing.
Yeah, I mean, there's no... What do you want? If this was 120%, it's not that cool. He could go harder. That's
What,
cool.
punch planets? I guess.
Yeah, I feel like
yeah, right.
that's
Yeah,
120%.
I'd like to see that. I want to see him go out to space and beat space people.
Yeah.
Maybe in My Hero Academia too.
Yeah.
Right, Brian?
In the inevitable sequel.
That guy thinks so.
In the inevitable sequel of My Hero Academia.
The inevitable.
Inevitable. It's gonna happen.
Oh, wait, never mind. I'll save it.
Whoa. We got something for us, Brian?
Yeah. Next, whenever we cover something else, I'll tell you guys about something.
Okay.
All right. Well, then let's get to it.
Is
then.
Thanos coming back?
Yeah, that's it.
All right.
Yes.
Well, that was My Hero
Thanos will
Academia.
return.
Anyway, let's move onward. Jujutsu Kaisen. This is Jujutsu Kaisen chapter 199, Resentful Names. Last we left off, Maki has reached her full potential and is now said to be at least on the same level as Fushiguro Toji, or Zenin Toji. I don't know, however you want to slice it. And she's defeated Naoya once and for all. And this chapter opens up with her reconvening with what's his face? Noritoshi. I was about to call him Noritoshi. Blood Arrow Man. And she's like, they finally actually kind of have finished their conversation that they were having before they were interrupted by Naoya. She basically was like, hey, you weren't acting like yourself. And he's like, you know my situation because you're also from the same family, the same politics apply and stuff. And he's like, I couldn't make it as a clan head, so I'm worthless. And there's also my name, I suspect my mother. As he's about to say something, he gets cut off, and she's like, did she tell you herself? Well, my mother did, and then she tasted my blade. And I'm like, God damn. Oh my God.
Right.
Pretty edgelord of you, huh?
It is.
Yeah. So yeah, she was like, well, but maybe I was wrong to just like straight up kill my mom. I should have talked to her more. You know, emotions ran high, I guess. It was a pretty hectic moment.
Mm.
So yeah, she's like, what are mothers to us anyway? I ended it without getting a good answer, and she tells Noritoshi that he shouldn't make that same mistake. And we actually cut over to his mother, who seems to be, from what I understand, kind of like distant from the rest of the family. She has another child there, and they're talking about Noritoshi specifically, and she mentions how she named him Noritoshi on purpose because it's kind of a forbidden name in the family, given how Noritoshi it was Kenjaku back in the day. So
Oh shit.
yeah, if you remember a few chapters back, I think at the very end of Shibuya, uh, Kenjaku had the name Noritoshi, and that's why we thought his name was Noritoshi back in the day,
Oh shit. Yeah.
because he possessed the Noritoshi, like the Kamo clan head at that time.
Wow.
So
So he came back for his clan again.
yeah,
That's so funny.
yeah, basically,
All right, now it all makes sense why he came.
yeah. So yeah,
Because it was really random before. Like, why did you take over this one?
yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, Noritoshi's mom basically mentions that she named him that so that he could ditch them and come home to her, because she was hoping that the name would probably like make him outcast from the family in some way, so she could take care of him instead. And this, I guess, the little kid, his little stepbrother, asks if he says that he's worried, and he asks if Noritoshi is nice, and the mom's like, yes, he is nice. After all, he is my son. It's a cute little moment, to be honest. But then we cut back over to the Tokyo #1 colony on November 14th, and we get a big old panel of Angel, who last we saw of rescued Megumi from certain death, it seemed. So now we see she's talking to someone off screen. She's like, did you sleep well, Destined One? And we see that she's talking to Megumi, actually. And Megumi turns over, and Itadori's there, too. And he's just...
Oh, Megumi's the destined one?
Yeah. He turns over, and he's like, how long was I out? I'm talking to you, Itadori. Itadori's literally in a bathrobe and sipping on wine, living it up, because this is, like, the most he's ever, like, lived it up. Which I respect. Nothing wrong with that. We see the comedian guy, this comedian sorcerer, Takaba. He came in and he swapped some he swiped some eats for them to have some. They got some ice cream. And yeah, it's kind of like a cool moment. I'm glad he's also there. That's pretty sick. But
I was happy to see him.
yeah, and he asks like why the power is on there, and he's like, well, there hasn't been an earthquakes, and cursed spirits don't attack buildings, so there might be leakages, but it was decided to supply power from the outside for the people left behind. So outside of the barriers, the country seems to be feeding power from the outside into the cities, so normal people who are stuck in the game aren't totally fucked. But yeah, the angel asks if if Takaba has heard any news from the outside, and he's like, nah, I don't watch the news. So yeah, they basically just all take it easy for a minute. They explain how they got there. Basically, Itadori ran into Takaba, and Takaba spotted the angel flying away with Megumi, and then they followed him there, and there you go. Simple explanation.
Fair
so
enough.
so Itadori basically updates Megumi on the state of the game so far. Hakari got 100 points, and Okotsu got 190. And adding in Takaba's points and Kurusu, who is the angel, they've got 359 points in total, and now they can finally help Sumiki escape the game, or at least like be able to leave, I guess. I forgot what exactly they wanted to do with her, but
Noise. Yeah, just leave out the
Nice.
colony without her dying.
yeah. So Megumi is actually kind of psyched. He's in his head. He's just like, yes, yes. And he says all that's left to figure out is how many points are needed to leave the game. And he asks the other two there if they could use their points, which I thought Itadori mentioned that they're basically using their points already, but I guess that was more assumed than officially confirmed. But Takaba is basically like, yeah, no, thanks to the rule change, I could actually live without points. So you could just use my points. And the angel is basically like, Kurusu is like, I don't really have a use for them either, so why not? Megumi asks Kurusu some more questions, and he's talking to her about looking for a player named the Angel, and they heard that they were in colony number 2. So he's like, "Are you the Angel, person with wings and a halo?"
Don't want to assume, but
Yeah.
we'll ask.
So then we get a big black panel that says, "Yes, I'm the Angel," and it turns out there's a little mouth on the side of Kurusu's face, and where have we seen that before? Just like Sukuna appears in little mouths and little eyes on Itadori's body, so too does the Angel. So he basically is like, to answer your question, the reason Hana saved you is because you previously, and the Angel is interrupted by I guess Kurusu interrupting and just slapping the mouth shut. And I wonder what that was about. But yeah, basically the Angel talks about how he's like, you guys must know my curse technique if you were looking for me, and he explains that he negates curse techniques. Barrier techniques, including seals, are no exceptions, so we can go in and out of the barriers. Pretty sick.
Yeah.
And he says there are more cursed spirits than players in Tokyo Colony number 2 because of the sea, so that's why he came there. And he's basically, and he reveals that his objective is actually to wipe out all of the sorcerers that have reincarnated.
I wonder why.
Yeah, most of them do it apparently by suppressing the vessel's original owner. So all of the people that we've seen are not obviously what the sorcerers really look like. These are all people that they've been possessed by. Kamino, Ishigori, I think his name is, Pompadour Cannon guy, Reggie Star. They were all like took over people's bodies. So, and that's against.
And they made their image look like them, like how they used to look back in the day, or
I don't know.
They look like the people they took over.
I think I think it's more that they look like the people they took over.
Okay.
Because I guess we don't know what Reggie's guy would look like back in the day because we haven't seen it. We only know how Kamino's original body looked old, so who knows what he looked like here. But in any case, the Angel mentions that this is against God's laws, so that's why he's been going around dealing with this kind of thing. And Megumi's like, God? And he's like, pay it no mind, we're not doing Undead Unluck.
Right.
That's just what I call my beliefs. And pay it no mind. So the Angel decided to live in
That's just like my opinion, man.
So he's basically like, so I decided to live in symbiosis with Hana. So, Megumi then asks if he can revert possessed players to their original state, and he's like, I can, but it's unlikely they'll survive the process. So, I guess, and Itadori is like, well, I guess that's why if Sukuna dies, that's why Sukuna dies if I die. And the Angel's like, is there someone you want to fix? I don't think I can help with that. But Megumi is like, no, we want you to remove a seal, obviously, because of Gojo's prison realm seal. And the Angel's like, yeah, I could probably do that. Reasonable guy. I love this because Megumi's like, this is going well. It's probably going too well. And he's not wrong, as we find out, as the angel says that they'll help him. They'll help them with the seal as long as they help the angel with one particular sorcerer that he wants to get rid of. He says that that he's looking for the disgraced one. If I promise that if we kill that player, I won't hesitate to help you. And at that moment, that's when Itadori gets drawn into his inner body thing where Sukuna is hiding out. And Sukuna is just like, hey, seeing your face here irritates me, but before we go any further, I should tell you something. And he reveals that the disgraced one is none other than Sukuna himself.
I was surprised.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that's the guy you want dead? The end boss of the entire series?
I'll tell you what. When I saw that panel, my first thought was like, I had like an actual verbal reaction of, oof. You know, just,
well, they're not getting Gojo out.
Fuck.
Not by this method.
Of course.
Okay.
But all right, that was
Next arc.
that was Jujutsu Kaisen chapter 199. Josh, what did you think about this chapter?
I liked it. Not the most though. It was a really enjoyable chapter. I don't really have any thoughts that stand out outside of like I'm surprised. I wonder why the angel really wanted to cooperate too. I don't think it was something as silly as a cute boy, you know? I hope not. Maybe it was something a little bit. There was some more depth to it.
Yeah, I think it might be a little more because he said you previously, and maybe something happened between them at some point, but I don't know.
She called him a destined one, didn't she?
Yeah, she did call him that. But
that's interesting.
Yeah, but go on, I guess.
You know, after seeing this chapter, I wonder where the judge is. Maybe he truly is like a one-off character that might pop up at some random point or something.
Yeah.
But he's cool. I wish we could see him. I wish I could remember his name.
Wait, which guy?
The lawyer.
Oh, Higuruma?
Mm-hmm.
You'll probably see him again.
I'm wondering, is this his domain? Does his domain look like this? With these skeletons and water?
I think so.
I know there's like a house or something.
It looks like that for sure, but I think they're just like more, it's like kind of the Nine-Tailed Fox thing. You know how he has like basically a prison cell with the Nine-Tailed Foxes?
A chamber.
Yeah. So I think this is like Sukuna's chambers within Itadori's soul or something. But yeah, were those all your thoughts?
I like how Megumi was like, God, fuck is you talking about?
I'm an atheist.
Excuse me? No, did your God create you as well?
Yeah.
You cursed spirits?
You believe in a man in the sky?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, stop. I don't know. I wonder because he said God, like, I guess they've never really talked about that in this series.
Yeah, they never alluded
to. Maybe interested.
Yeah, they never alluded to like a higher power, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was those are your thoughts?
Yes.
All right, Brian, what did you think about this chapter?
Very conflicted.
How come?
So it's between this chapter and another chapter for my RGC, and this is a very tough predicament.
Yeah.
All right. First, let me go through my thoughts before I go.
First,
I don't know why I like this chapter so much. That's one way. That's how I'm going to start this. I don't know why I like this chapter so much. I just do. There's something about the way that he wrote every character, like every character talking in this chapter that just felt so like natural, like the way that they're talking, the way that they're kind of coming about stuff. And what really sold the chapter for me was Sukuna in the end. Because every time he speaks, he just has this air about him. of like uneasiness or this air of confidence that you just don't know what the fuck he's really planning or like what's going on in his back in his life, you know?
Mhm.
Like, how does he know that he's the disgraced one right off the bat?
Because who else would it
And
be? I guess. I'm
what
the
I
baddest
really
man
like about
around. It has to be me.
What I like the most about this chapter is how it kind of sets, like, it makes you instantly think about everything that's going to end up happening. So not only does this guy want Sukuna dead, but so does the other guy. So does Kashimo.
Oh
Kashimo
yeah.
also wants him dead. So there's two different people that want him dead. And both of them are probably going to show up soon. And one of them is already in front of them. The other one's already probably going to show up soon. So it's just this, it's setting up a really fucking interesting dilemma that Itadori and fucking Megumi have to figure out, essentially. And I wonder what Hakari's plan is here with this. Like, is he just banking on Itadori surviving all this shit? Or
I guess so.
I think it just, this chapter just set up something so fucking interesting. But you know, the more I think about it, the more it's more like excitement for the future rather than excitement for this chapter. So I don't think I'm gonna give this one the RGC this week.
That's fair, I suppose. I guess I'll get into my thoughts, right, Brian? You good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I also really like this chapter, and I am a little torn as well. There's actually like a couple chapters that I'm actually kind of grappling with. I don't think this is my RGC, but it's like this close. I think it's based on reaction here, like my reaction at the end of these chapters. Because this was a really good one. I mean, it really did. When I read that part with Sukuna was like, I'm the disgraced one. I really like that was a real thing where I let out off. I was like, fuck, you know. I just really love that about this series. You know, it was good to see Megumi again and that he's okay and that the angel isn't just an immediate asshole. So I think it's interesting that they want to like get rid of all the reincarnated sorcerers because we haven't really like questioned. Well, I think we on the show have questioned is like how did the reincarnated sorcerers work? I guess I remember Kenjaku saying that he resurrected a bunch of folks, but it is very cool that we get it that there is a guy who's just like, yeah, you shouldn't fucking do that, and I'm going around to take care of the situation. So that was very cool. I think the only thing left I want to say is that I guess they again on that Sukuna thing, I think it builds such a really cool tension for the chapters to come. Like Brian said, we already have Kashimo out there, which I feel like they could in theory just hide the fact that Itadori is Sukuna from him, but Angel is like someone who offers a direct benefit if they work together with them, and they kind of need him more than anyone. So, or them more than anyone.
Mhm.
So I think there's more tension in that relationship than Kashimo. I don't know how they're going to go about this. I feel like, especially since Itadori is very matter of fact about Sukuna and all that stuff, as we see with how he dealt with Higuruma. So it could very well be that they try to hash out a deal where Itadori is like, "Look, I'm Sukuna. I have Sukuna within me.
It's me.
It's me. I mean, you know, you're gonna find out eventually, probably. So I'll let you fight him, but you got to help us out with Gojo first. I think that's how it's gonna go down. It could very well be that. I don't know if you caught that at the end, Brian. You're muted still.
I don't know if that's going to be a good enough bargaining chip, though.
Yeah, I don't know either. I'm just spitballing here. But yeah, I thought this was a pretty damn good chapter. I love that Megumi was already like, this is going a little easy, and he's absolutely correct. But yeah, I don't have much more to say about it. I guess it's not my RGC, but man, it might as well be a 3-way tie with a couple other chapters. But yeah, Yeah, I don't have much else to say. Does anybody have any rebuttals? Anything to say left? No? All right.
Nah.
Well, that was Jujutsu Kaisen. Really, really great chapter. Let's move onward. Chainsaw Man. Let me pull it up. It's all the way back here. This is Chainsaw Man chapter 105. Red Hot. That's the name of the chapter. Last we left off, we introduced Asa to Denji. Denji was just so desperate and so thirsty to reveal that he was Chainsaw Man.
He did.
That he actually did, but Asa didn't believe him because he was so fucking thirsty about it, I guess. We cut. Asa leaves the rooftop where they were having lunch together and just basically called Denji a loser for falsely claiming to be Chainsaw Man. And as Asa's walking away, we see that Yoru, if that's her name, right? Yoru, the war devil, just yelling at her, being like, "Hey, where do you think you're going? That boy just said he was Chainsaw Man." And she's like, "There's no way. That's Chainsaw Man."
Right? Are you freaking stupid?
Yeah. What? Chainsaw Man wouldn't out himself like that. That would be ridiculously stupid.
About that.
Yeah. That's that dramatic irony is going to go down real tough later.
Yeah.
But anyway, so they leave basically. The war devil's just like, "Hey, school's out, let's get hunting." And he's like, "No, I'm gonna go hang out with Yuko today." And she's like, "You're not helping, and it would probably be easier if I just fucking killed you at this point. You know that, right?" And,
Don't forget.
yeah. And Asa counters with like, "Hey, well, I don't know, man. Wouldn't he show himself if we drew a devil to the school?" And War Devil's like, that is a good idea, but how do we do that? And Asa's like, "Well, you figure it out. You're the smart one, right? I'm going to visit Yuko." And Yuro is just like, thinking the whole time as she's walking away. And Asa's just like, maybe I can actually tame her. We then cut over to Yuko's house where Asa goes to meet up with her. And she's just joking around, just like, "It's Chainsaw Woman. It's Chainsaw Woman. You saved me from a devil. You're a Chainsaw Woman." And Asa's like, "All right. I brought you drinks." And they basically have a lot of this chapter is literally just kind of like a talk between them. They're just sitting there, and Asa's like, I don't know. I never know what to say in these moments, and I fucking hate awkward silences. And Yuko's like, "Well, I haven't had any friends either, so I'm also new to this." And he's like, "Oh,
right, we're both fucking weirdos that don't know how to talk to people. That's why we're hanging out."
Yeah. So he's like, "Hey, how about this? How about we reveal our deepest, darkest secrets to each other? Because that's always not foreboding at all." She goes first, and she's like, "I read a book once that having shared secrets is how you make best friends." And she's like, "Oh, well, I don't really have that many, but I guess this one time back in grade school, I wound up peeing myself in class, and I told everybody that it was sweat and not pee." And Asa was like, "Well, the whole class was really nice to play along." Yuko just starts laughing at her immediately. As she's going through the story, that seems to like kind of bother her a little bit. She's not like really telling it in a jovial sense. And
no, not at all.
Yeah. And she's like, "Well, it's your turn to tell your deepest, darkest secrets." And he's like, "I have a big one to share." And you know what? At this point in the chapter, I'm like, this is nice.
Right. Yeah.
This is nice.
This is some real nice shit, Like, even if the chapter was just like this, I would have been okay waiting another 2 weeks.
Yeah.
For what happens next.
Yeah, it's pretty like, okay, so she's like, "Promise you won't tell a soul." And she's like, "I promise." And they sit. There's literally like 2 panels where they're just like, and then she just drops the bomb. She's like, "I killed someone. yesterday, and I was like,
No.
she's like, huh? Who?
Oh yeah.
Who'd you do
she's
it?
like, oh yeah, you bitch.
No,
Yeah.
yeah.
Who was that?
Who is that? She's like, my namer. He's like, wow, why'd you do it?
Wow.
And she's like, because he'd go gamble at Pachico, even though he was on welfare disability. She's like, what the hell?
Yeah. What the fuck? I mean,
The first one was like, what the hell? And then she's like,
wait,
yep.
why would you kill somebody for that? They can do whatever the fuck they want with their disability money. What?
Well,
What kind of crazy shit is that?
I think what the hell that
Robot.
what that first what the hell is her just like kind of like hearing it like what the hell, and then she goes
Like-
yup, and then she goes what the hell, and then there's literally 6 panels of this just sinking in, leading to a 2-page
Yeah.
spread, completely silent. It is just this 2-page spread of them sitting there, Asa just realizing what she just said, and it seems like they're sitting there silently for a long time.
Yeah.
There's a neighbor that pulls up with his dog. He's like, "Hey, Yuko, who's that? A friend of yours?" And she's like, "Yeah, this is my friend." And he's like, "Oh, have a lot of fun." And he's like, "Yeah, we will." That's old Mr. Asada. He gives me pickles and snacks sometimes. And then Asa just turns to her. He's like, "You were fucking around there, right? You didn't really like do that." She's like, "Want to see?"
Want to see?
Which is
I was not expecting that response.
which is not which is unfortunate. And she's like, huh? She's like, the body's in my backyard. You want to see? And she's like,
She repeats it.
no. And then she just goes, okay. Anyway, this is great. We both shared secrets. That means we're best friends now. And she's like, don't worry. I won't tell anybody about your secrets either. About peeing yourself and about how you killed the teacher and the class president. And about Yoru. Oh my god. She even knows about
She
Yoru.
knows the war devil.
No! And she's like, how'd you know? She's like, no secrets between besties. And she reveals that she apparently made a contract with the Justice Devil the other day. And
Isn't that the devil that got killed earlier?
which one?
By didn't Yoru didn't Yoru kill the Justice Devil?
Oh yeah, you're right. The Justice Devil had possessed.
Was the teacher?
Was it
No,
the
the
teacher?
girl.
The girl.
The
actually.
classmate? Yeah, it was the Justice Devil, right?
Yeah, that was the Justice Devil. So she explains that the contract with the Justice Devil turns your sense of justice into powers. So she can read minds now, apparently. All right, I guess. And she's like, now there are no more secrets between us. Better. I feel way better getting that off my chest. And she's like, wait, that's illegal. Why'd you go and make a contract? And she's like, well, it's okay when I made the contract in the name of justice. I made the contract to save you. And man, the most chilling part is just this last page where Yoko like kind of sits up and is like, I'm going to get rid of your bullying problem. Don't come to school tomorrow.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Are we sure she didn't make a contract with the school shooter devil?
Oh man.
She is the school shooter.
Yeah.
This is Columbine. Jesus
Oh.
Christ.
It's very
Nah, she's going to violate.
well. That was Chainsaw Man chapter 105. Josh, what did you think about that chapter?
She's definitely getting turned into a weapon. And
Oh.
Yoru's gonna be like, yo ass again? That's the devil? Oh, look at you. I had a quick theory, right? As we were like going over the chapter. I think maybe Yoru was the one that that doesn't make sense because she said she was going to see her friend. Asa said she was going to see her friend while she thought about getting a devil to the school. Which means it wasn't Yoru that attracted the devil that turned this girl into one because she turned into it the day before. Did this happen after their accident? This was a few days after that, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's pretty insane. I don't really have too much other thoughts. This was an incredible chapter. What can I say? RGC.
What the fuck is gonna happen?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Yeah,
No
I guess
fucking clue.
this is my RGC as well, Brian.
Sorry, it isn't.
Oh, well, I'll give it for me and Josh. This is
What?
I don't even know what it could be at this point. I guess I can make a wild guess.
Yeah, me too. There's only one left.
Yeah.
It's not the other two.
Well, we'll see. Anyway, this was me and Josh's really good chapter of the week. Where is it? Oh, there it is.
I'm gonna leave some space for
RPG
Brian's
certified
for the B, just in case, because
RG.
I think you're lying.
He's gonna come to regret it later.
I think you gave an ironic pick.
Yeah, maybe.
You wasted your pick on edginess and irony,
Edginess.
Nah.
ironic humor.
No, I'm pretty confident in this one.
All right. Well, Brian, what did you think about this chapter?
What the fuck? That was when I finished reading this chapter. That was literally my first thought. What the fuck is going on?
This manga got turned completely upside down in one
Yeah,
chapter.
it went from like last chapter it was like full blown comedy to this one it was just like Jesus fucking Christ.
Honestly, that's Chainsaw Man for you.
It's like a complete 180.
It's not the
Yo,
first time.
she's fucking down. Like, down as a clown. Down like the earth, nigga.
But she is also probably the only one who can confirm that Denji is Chainsaw Man. So there's that.
Mm.
Since she could read his mind.
Oh yeah, that's actually true.
How fucking hilarious. I'm sorry, Brian. But
No, go ahead.
how hilarious was it when Asa was called Yoru stupid and she was like, take that back, I'm not stupid. Because she felt embarrassed because she was like, oh shit, like, right, that is really obvious.
But the sad part is that fucking Yoru was right.
She was right.
Yeah.
But she was dumb to be right about it. She shouldn't have been right.
Yeah, she just believed
Then she
someone.
shouldn't have like
She just believed
shouldn't
someone
exist.
who said they were Chainsaw Man. It's not that she was
Yeah.
right. Any more thoughts, Brian?
Chainsaw Woman.
No, I don't got much. This is just a big old what the fuck chapter, and I liked it, but it's just a big old what the fuck chapter. And
I got another highlight before Chris gives his actual real thought out thoughts.
Go for it.
Yo, so in the middle of the conversation, right? Remember when they had those like 6 panels of nothingness after she says that she killed, like why she killed the dude,
Yeah.
and then they have that big 2-page panel, right? Then on the next page, I love how this like the person comes to break the tension. You hear this like cute dog, and he does this shit on purpose, you know. He's like the dog goes woof. He's like, oh hey, you go you know. So the mood gets changed completely in a second, you know. And I can't speak for you guys, but when they showed this screen with them just sitting there, I wasn't sure if Asa understood it as her like joking or if she just completely accepted what she did and was like, okay, well, I've done some unsavory things as well, so
No.
I'm not going to judge my friend.
No.
I didn't know. I really didn't know like how this was gonna go after this. So when I seen the guy cut the tension, I thought like, you know, oh, like this is when they're gonna talk about something different, or she's gonna like they're just gonna change the topic. You know what I mean? Maybe it'd be addressed later on. But yo, literally, she goes right to saying like, "Yo, you was joking." Like that transition, the way they put that little stop with the guy interrupting them in the middle,
Yeah.
and she's like, "Oh no, I'm serious." Like, that is excellent technique right there, man.
Yeah. Oh man. So this is a very interesting thing. Chainsaw Man, this was my RGC just because I mean the way that he just builds tension in this chapter was like kind of insane, and it feels so kind of like real in a way. Like Chainsaw Man has this way about it where it's not like hyper dramatic or anything. Things just get very revealed in a matter of fact kind of way a lot.
Yeah.
So this is kind of like par for the course, but he never lets it get old. You know, it's still fucking awesome every time he does it. This whole like arc with Asa is just kind of like that kind of path. What I guess like what this is just about like what leads someone to think the way that Yoko does, and you know, it's like I guess the thing is that these kids are following what they feel is a sense of justice, but it is a devil after all. And it's like
Yeah.
this.
I wonder what the contract stipulations are.
You know, I think contracts in Chainsaw Man are fairly simple. Like it's a soul type of deal. But I don't know actually. I don't. I guess the
Maybe she
contract.
has to eat a person every day,
Maybe kill a person every day, probably.
or at least one.
Yeah, I don't know, but it's yeah, this that that don't come to school tomorrow thing is like you know, it's just kind of like almost a meme in culture, you know, when we like I guess for lack of a better word joke about those shootings and stuff, and he really
Yeah.
just knows it's just like an easy way to like get us to resonate emotionally with like something, you know, as if it wasn't already engrossing enough. It's just like connecting it to the real world in this very real way that makes sense because both of these characters are these lone wolves, these like outcast kids who are maliciously outcast on top of that, it seems. So,
Hmm.
you know, this is just a culmination of all those feelings, all that stuff that they were going through together. And, you know, it is just that like trope of being nice to the weird kid, you know? That's being played out here. I wonder what Denji's role in all this, like what his solution is necessarily to
To
how,
chainsaw everyone in half.
yeah, because I don't really know. I don't. Yeah,
Do
I
you
don't.
think there's going to be any nuance to his approach?
No, not Denji's. No, no. Actually, I guess that was a dumb question. Now that you say that, that'd be zero. He'll see a devil. He'll kill a devil. That's just kind of how it works with Denji. Um, but yeah, what a sheesh. What a fucking chapter, man. It really threw me for a loop. I guess what the deciding chapter that made this my favorite chapter of the week was the the weight of the impact that hit me when I read the chapter, because the Jujutsu Kaisen chapter had a pretty good one where I was like, ah, damn. But this was like, oh shit, you know.
Yeah.
That was
Nah.
that was a real
This
big thing.
this shit raises the stakes.
Yeah.
Ain't no way to.
Yeah, because now there's like so much tension on so many sides. You know, what is Asa gonna do about this? You know, Yoru's already ready to like kill Yoko. You know, now she has more of a case to fight Yoko. So I don't know. We'll have to see how this turns out, but very good chapter overall. I really like this chapter a lot. But yeah, that's all I got to say about it. Do we have any rebuttals? Anything left to say? No?
I can't wait for the next chapter.
Yeah.
I wish it was weekly,
Yeah.
but it's okay.
Yeah. All right. Well,
Take your time.
with that being said, let's move onward then. Boruto.
Pimps don't cry.
All right.
Pimps don't cry.
They sure don't.
No.
This is Boruto chapter 73, a special mission. Okay, so we haven't covered last month's chapter of Boruto because we're doing this a little differently now. We're going to be basically stretching out the monthly chapters into episodes, you know, onward from here on out. So Boruto will be this week. World Trigger will be next week, and I believe Dragon Ball Super releases at the same time as the next Boruto, so we'll handle it then. But this month we only have Boruto, so let's get into the chapter proper. Last we left off, there was a deal reached between Shikamaru and Ada to come to Konoha and become an ally of Konoha. So I think Amato specifically really ironed out the details of the deal. So they're going forward. And now we're seeing that Boruto and his squad are being called to the Hokage's office where Kawaki and the science girl is already there. Shikamaru is there as well. So the first thing that he says to him is like, "Yo, can't believe you revived yourself. Talk about a shock." And Boruto's like, "Yeah, sorry about it, but I'm all good now. As you can see, I'm not dead." So basically, we get into the meat of the chapter. A lot of this is Shikamaru just kind of explaining the situation to them, that they're going to have Ada come over and live in Konoha. So they'll have he explains a lot of like the factions that they're like the factors involved in this is that there's an ability, she has an ability that makes people enchanted by her presence, which is weird because she looks like a little girl and these adults are gonna be falling in love with her because of her abilities. Yeah, Shikamaru mentions like even I couldn't do a thing, so Delta and him could have dealt with Code, but we can't stand against someone like Ada. But we did learn that there is a weakness, that apparently Otsutsuki are immune to her effects. So the convenience and basically the only two people that are equipped to kind of like keep an eye on Ada are, you guessed it, Kawaki and Boruto.
Oh, that's the effects that when they showed both of them together.
Yeah,
you can see the O's.
Ooh. Damn, what's Sarada immediately is like, so her mission is to take Ada down, and Shikamaru's like, no. Ada uses her Sengon, I think, if I remember it right, her all-seeing eye thing to check in on what Shikamaru is planning, and Shikamaru explains that like, well, Ada originally showed up in front of us as Code's ally and collaborator. However, Amato's plan bore fruit, and as a result, she cut her ties with Code. So, Code's on his own. He may be strong, but he maybe have become stronger himself, but he's lost his allies. So, he's back to square one, essentially. He's not in good straits right now.
He hates Konoha.
Oh, yeah, he hates it so much. But who doesn't, apparently? So, yeah, basically, Shikamaru explains that she's on her way to Konoha right now. And they basically are they just want to like keep tabs on her and like avoid making an enemy out of her at all costs. So the mission is truly to cohabitate with Ada, to live with her basically. And he explains that it's not this whole squad. It's Kawaki and Boruto that are going to live with Ada. And at that point, Ada's like, living together from the get-go? So Sarada's like, I get it. So the whole mission is surveillance, right? And Shikamaru's like, yep. Basically, we're going to be... normally, regulations would already dictate that she'd be monitored, but our usual methods probably wouldn't work. So we need to have people there that will be basically immune to her charms. So yeah, that's the long and short about it. And Kawaki's like, well, no one really questions like if Shikamaru just offers the information. Is like, and I think she'd be game for this whole cohabitation proposal because this may sound weird, but she has a crush on you, Kawaki, and Ada's just like dying inside, like teenage crush vibes. Just like, yeah, I can't believe he told him. How could you, Shikadeer? And she just like holds Daemon close, and she's like, I might die before we reach Konoha.
Yeah, she's bugging. Like, I mean, Shikamaru's bugging. What if she got mad about that and was like, "Fuck that! Now we're gonna destroy the village."
Yeah, I mean,
no one could stop that little kid. I remember the ass beating he gave to Code.
Yeah, ass beating of the week.
It was severe.
Yeah, it was a very bad one. But yeah, basically the number one reason for coming to Konoha for Ada, Shikamaru says, is that she's trying to get with Kawaki. So, just don't be a dick. Be nice to her. And we'll figure out what to do in the time being. So that's when the science girl like pipes up. She's just like, "Isn't this bit distasteful? Someone likes you because of an innate ability or some jutsu of yours. I think that Miss Ada wants to experience a completely ordinary romance. Not that I know for sure." Oh no, actually she's sticking up for Ada. They're like, why would she like Kawaki? Is it because he's an Otsutsuki? She's like, no, maybe she just like wants a boyfriend. She's like a teenage girl, and maybe she just wants she wants a little boyfriend, which is Kawaki's like, I don't get it. That's just plain illogical. The only thing I love is edge. Why would I love
Edge
else?
in combat.
Edge and combat and being a weird alien thing. Why would anybody want anything else? So, yeah, and Shikamaru's like, I'm aware she's probably watching us at this minute, so, and she could also look at past events, so, at this rate, everything should be considered leaked at this point, so the diplomatic maneuvering has already begun, right, Ada? So, yeah, that's basically the mission, not for nothing. Basically, Boruto's job being there is to mediate between Kawaki and Ada. So, I guess he's the check to the balance that is Kawaki, I guess, to Ada. So, yeah, Boruto's not really psyched about this mission necessarily. He's kind of bummed out to be doing this. And basically, Shikamaru's like, look, Sarada and Mitsuki will be watching the three of them from the outside with Konohamaru, and their job will be to be sending status reports and to jump in and defuse situation if there's any like actual big trouble. But if anything goes wrong, Sarada and Mitsuki will back them up, and yeah. It's all just like a lot. Shikamaru's like, it's not a question if you can do it, rather it's will you do it. And Boruto accepts the answer. There's no other option, really. I mean, she's on her way. This is the plan. So the mission is accepted. So yeah, basically, we then cut to Sasuke and Naruto talking about the whole situation. By signing, Naruto mentions that like by assigning them a mission and giving them a responsibility, you put them cleverly under control. It's a very Shikamaru like ploy. So yeah, it's basically just giving them responsibility. We see a visage of Momoshiki there, and I think Kawaki takes notice of that shit. He saw that.
Right, huh?
He's like, huh? What was
Momoshiki?
that? Momoshiki? Are you there?
Oh.
I think I saw Momoshiki.
I don't think it was Momo.
I think I saw Momoshiki.
The Momos?
The Momo?
The Momoshiki?
Momoshiki! SpongeBob.
Oh, yes.
Man Ray.
Oh, SpongeBob is classic. Man Ray.
But, as Kawaki is seeing Momoshiki in visages with Boruto, Sasuke is also seeing some shit. He uses a Sharingan to, I guess, tap into another universe, and he sees one of the...
No, it's a flashback. That's the Renengan, and that's gone.
Oh, you're right.
I'm... Oh, yeah, it is gone.
Yeah,
I'm not laughing because you were potentially wrong.
That's what he does. He goes into alternate, like it's a dimension thing. Remember?
He said he used the eye to look into another dimension casually, and it's like, yes, that's what the Sharingan has come to.
Bro,
at this point,
I'll tell you what.
We've come a long way.
I just finished a rewatch of the OG Naruto anime, and it is kind of... I feel like it's kind of a hackneyed idea to talk about at this point, but it is wild how far Naruto has come, because Like in the Zabuza arc, they were still like hiding behind trees and doing like shit. They were they were like doing ninja-esque stuff. And I was like, my eye can look into a different dimension.
Casually.
Even
Like
like
you said, it was just a flashback.
even like right up to the time skip, it was kind of regular, you know? It was like mild superpowers, but nothing like crazy. And now look how far we've come.
What is this foreshadow? Oh, well, we're at the end of the chapter, so.
Yeah, I don't remember this particular if this is like just a flashback we've never seen or something, but like there seemed to be an Otsutsuki. Oh, that's the Ten Tails, isn't it? Is that Momoshiki? Is that supposed to be Momoshiki? I don't know.
Yeah, it's Momoshiki.
So I guess Sasuke is also feeling the vibes, the Momoshiki vibes as well.
Yeah, what was that about?
I mean, Sasuke spent a lot of time kind of dealing with Otsutsuki as well, like outside of Konoha for a while too. So I feel like he would have a good understanding of when they kind of show their faces as well.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. But
did it actually? But it only popped up for a second and went away. Like, what's the significance of this?
I think he's just like he also felt that Momoshiki, like his presence there, and it just like brought him back to the first time he saw him with the Ten Tails in that other dimension place. But yeah, that's basically where the chapter ends. The last panel is basically Ada holding Daemon close and just being like, Sheikah dear, you have such intriguing ideas. And
Good year.
Yeah, that's where Boruto chapter 73 ends. Josh.
So real quick before Josh gets to his thoughts, I got some news.
Oh my god.
Did Dragon Ball?
Hold on. I guess should we do this real fast?
It's been a while. It's time for the news.
No.
This is New Jump City Action News with Big News Brian.
What's up? It's been a while, ladies and gentlemen, but we are here in New York City with some big news. All right, so basically, it is Naruto's 20th year anniversary. Can you believe it? We are there.
Whoa.
And with that news,
there
comes a new Naruto content.
Wait,
so
time out.
Timing out.
So sorry, guys. 25?
20
years?
20 years.
Oh.
Come on.
All right, so basically, so first things first, they released a reanimation of moments from all of Naruto history. So from the beginning to the end of Shippuden, they reanimated a bunch of like the most like key moments in the series. So that was pretty cool to watch. You guys
did they have the entire Sasuke retrieval arc animated?
Not the entire, but they did have the ending fight between Naruto and Sasuke reanimated.
That was the lamest fight of them all. No offense to whoever enjoyed it. It was the wackest fight of them all.
Naruto versus Sasuke. You know what? Let's not get. Anyway, so there was that, which was pretty cool, pretty neat. It looked very beautiful to see all those moments reanimated. But they did also confirm that there's going to be, I think, 2 new novels, and there's going to be a anime adaptation, a manga adaptation of the Sasuke novel coming out at the end of this month.
Because you know a nigga don't read. Unless it got pictures in it.
I feel like that's what they did with Ace. You know, those Ace.
I like my readings with the pictures.
So yeah, there's gonna be a bunch of expansions to the Naruto story, which is pretty sick. Believe it or not, Naruto does have some pretty interesting side characters. So when they're getting the shine on them, it would be pretty nice.
I mean, we
Sakura's
know that already.
A big part.
We know that already. We just never see them.
Sakura is a really big part of the Sasuke novel, so it's gonna be nice to see their relationship actually build. So we get to see them actually become a couple. So there's that.
All right.
That's enough. That's worth the price of admission alone.
Real quick.
I gotta see this.
Yeah, what is
So-
that going to be like?
Just her tagging along the entire time.
Oh
Yeah.
wait, no, it's multiple manga adaptations actually.
Whoa.
So there's another one for I don't know what exactly this one is. Naruto Konoha Shinden. I'm not sure what exactly happened in that one or who that follows. But that one is also going to be a manga adaptation as well. And it looks like it covers Kakashi and Guy. So we'll see what happens there. It's 15 years after the Shippuden ended.
Oh.
So yeah, pretty cool shit coming up.
Yeah.
Excited to see who draws it, if it's drawn by what's his name, Kishimoto. If it's drawn by Kishimoto or if it's drawn by the Boruto guy or drawn by somebody else, who knows? But I'm really interested to see what comes out of it. Really like how everything's kind of been building around Naruto right now, like the series as a whole. Really enjoy it. So now we can get into our thoughts.
All right. Josh, what did you think about chapter 73 of Boruto?
Well, I thought this was a humorous chapter. I had a hard time taking it seriously until I realized that it wasn't meant to be like this is the real thing that's happening. But the author, Kishimoto is, I guess, having fun with it, so to speak.
Yeah.
So yeah, it seems a little lighthearted. Could be interesting. Momoshiki is going to do devious things while they're all together.
Oh, yeah.
How do you think it's gonna go? She's gonna be like, Kawaki-kun. She'll be like, ew, get out of my face. I don't care that you like me and that you could destroy the world.
It's going to be
Yeah, it matters to me. I just want to get stronger.
It's going to be the second coming of Sakura and Sasuke. I'm just going to ignore you, and you're going to love me even more regardless. I'm going to treat you
I'm just gonna ignore you.
I'm just gonna treat you like shit generally, and then you'll just still love me no matter what I do, even if I become a terrorist of the state.
No matter what.
No matter what.
Sakura is a trad wife.
A Chad wife? What is that?
Trad wife.
Oh, what's a trad wife?
Traditional wife.
She is a traditional wife. She did seem to retire to take care of Sarada.
Yeah, you should look up trad wives.
Trad wives.
Yeah.
What's the abbreviation for trad husbands? Traditional husbands. Trad husbands.
Conservative white men.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Conservative.
But yeah, were those all your thoughts, Josh?
I think so. I want to hear what you guys think.
Yeah, Brian, what did you think about this chapter?
This was my RGC.
Sheesh, of course it was. I knew it. This is Brian's really good chapter of the week.
Certified.
Oh, why would you do this?
certified.
Now I gotta make a whole extra tab for Boruto for what? For this one time? No, thank you. I'm just gonna write Boruto at the end, and
Well,
that's it.
Well, we'll go on, Brian.
I really like this chapter mainly because Shikamaru was the star of this chapter.
Hey.
This whole plan was concocted by him, and you don't get Shikamaru moments like this all that often anymore, you know? And it's nice to have him in the series kind of tugging on the strings and making plans and shit. And regardless, his plan is actually pretty fucking cool and interesting, you know? Like it's a good way to get them to do everything that they want them to do, essentially, and have it happen in a place that they know it's happening. So
he's had cooler plans.
It's cool. Of course he's had cooler plans, but this is a really interesting plan for for the situation that they're in. And it's really nice to see him kind of do his thing as the advisor to the Hokage. You know, you get to see him in action, you know, thinking outside of the box and doing things in a really intelligent manner, you know? You could see him explaining every part of the puzzle and taking everything into consideration. And it's just really cool to see such a thorough character in this series, you know? And this is what I really like about Boruto lately, is that it really went back to its roots. It's all hand-to-hand combat. It's all politics. It's all intermingling and strategy. And that's shit that Naruto used to do for the most part before it became all fucking chakra nuke bomby bomb bomb bomb. You know? It was
I have to ask. At what point did it become Chakri Bomb Bomb?
Probably after Pain. I think.
Yeah,
That's
Yes, Pain was the last.
No,
like-
Danzo was actually kind of a normal battle, to be honest.
it started
I think when they brought-
after
If that's
after-
normal, then I'm fucking. I don't know. Like,
it started after they rescued Gaara.
That's
For the second time.
Shippuden. Oh, the second time?
No, it started after that.
we can't get them. He done.
When he started doing the Rasen Shuriken, that was when
Yeah.
it started.
That was
Yeah.
Hidan.
No, when they fought, all right. Yeah, when they fought Kakazu and he was shooting blast out and shit and all that extra. Wasn't he doing that? Like with his different bodies.
Yeah, but that was like wind
Oh.
blasts, you know. It was like fire blasts, you know.
It was blasting.
It was blasties, but
What's ninja about that?
there's been you know, Sasuke's blasted. He's done like the fire jutsu thing before. That's like a blast.
He was because he was the coolest.
That-
You know what I mean? Come on,
No,
man.
no.
You're right.
I'm not laughing.
I do think
You
it
know
when
what
the
I
Rasen
mean?
I'm not
Shuriken
laughing 'cause you're
happened, that's
wrong.
when
I'm
And
laughing
then
because it's
everyone
funny.
started to be able to be the coolest, and that's
Yeah,
I think when the Rasen Shuriken came around, that's when it started to become explodey chakra bomb bomb bomb.
I don't know.
You know?
yeah,
Well, I'll tell you.
maybe.
I got into Shippuden, so I'll let you guys know. I'll have the freshest memory of it, I guess.
Bro, Pain was force pushing. He was using the literal force.
He was using the literal force.
But
He
yeah.
was Yoda-ing people.
That's
out
true.
there
He did just like nuke an entire village with gravity.
with gravity,
You
man.
know?
But yeah, I really enjoyed
Ninjas
this
don't
chapter.
do that.
It just felt really Shikamaru like. It was like Kishimoto kind of handing him his flowers, you know?
Oh,
Sean-
this was him doing that.
This was him, like, because he's
that
not
what it
going to
was?
ever be a fucking combat specialist here. He's not going to show up in combat and be the fucking linchpin that saves the day.
But he did.
You know, this is
can't-
what he does.
He did that with Hidan. He did that with the.
Yeah, but let's think about let's not be ridiculous here. The scale between Hidan and what they're facing now is completely different levels.
Can we
Alright.
save the flowers until he gets in a fucking fight or something?
Yeah.
He's not gonna fight, guys.
And wins?
You got to reframe the way you're thinking about this series from now on
No.
because it's not.
No.
Nope.
You
I
like
won't.
the flower, like the combat stuff. It's
I will not.
Shikamaru. Shikamaru is not the combat
Brian,
guy.
he's a combat
Mhm.
guy. He had
No,
combat.
he's not a combat guy.
He
He's
did
a fucking
combat.
ninja, Brian.
He's a
He's
fucking
a
strategist.
smart
That's
ninja.
his thing.
He's
He's
a
a strategist.
strategist.
There's
He'll
other
fight.
people.
He's a
There's other
combat
people who have to
strategist.
shine aside from him in combat. Like it would be a disservice,
Mhm.
you know, because like the only time Shikamaru like actually shined is when he had a stake in a fight, you know, when it came to a fight. That's why the Hidan fight was such a
blame my
big
hero.
deal.
I blame My Hero Academia for this bullshit. You're so satisfied with the bare minimum.
No,
You've
this isn't
been
the bare
coping with
minimum.
that for-
You know what
for
you know what it
months.
is? No, you know what it is? I like it when characters are used to where they want to be used. Shikamaru is not the fucking guy you want in the front lines. That's just stupid to have him be the fighter in this series.
He was
when there's
literally
so
on-
many other people that fit that narrative better than him. It's just better for him to be this guy. The guy
You can't
who
see any situation where he could get
I don't
into
care.
a fight.
I don't. If he gets into a fight, that's cool. But if he doesn't, I'm not going to be disappointed because that's not where he needs to be.
You almost
That's like
said.
saying,
I'll be a little disappointed. I'm not gonna be devastated.
You know what?
What happened,
You
Chris?
almost said, "I don't want him there," but then you remembered all the fights where he was super cool in, and was like, "No, never." No, I want him there.
no, like he's not. That's not his forte. His forte is not battlefield fighting. Like
Brian has
that
no
should be
respect for the Nara clan.
None. Not a single.
All right. So where did Shikamaru's dad die? Was he on the front lines? Was he fighting?
Yeah.
First of all, he's
No, he
still alive.
wasn't. He was not in the front lines fighting. He was in a separate location and got fucking nuked. Remember that?
He died from lung cancer.
No, he didn't.
Wait, did he die?
Yeah,
he literally got exploded.
Yeah, he and
Because he was
Ino's,
not in the front line.
he and Ino's dad sacrificed themselves in the war.
Oh shit! During the war, right? They got
Mhm.
blasted away.
Yeah. Well, I
blasted
guess
him?
you want
Madara?
Shikamaru to also get blown up in a building somewhere instead. I get that.
But that's the fate
I feel that, Brian.
he has. That's his fate. He's the sideline strategist, the guy who's on the he's the chessboard commander.
Yeah,
That's his shit.
He can still fight.
He's
He
the
can
head
still
coach.
get into a little scrap
Well,
with the
look,
other smart
I think
guy.
we've
He
got-
can't be the commander and the pawn,
Oh,
bro. That's not how that
creativity.
works. How would you feel if you were playing chess and then you had to fucking jump onto the board and fight the chess pieces
Yeah,
yourself?
but you wouldn't.
You know,
That
they
makes no
actually
sense.
have something called chess boxing.
Hmm.
Did you guys know that?
No, what
No,
is
You
that?
play chess for a couple turns. You play chess until the timer finishes, right? And then you get up and you box around, right? And you could win in both ways. You could win either by knocking them out or by winning in chess. So if you're losing in chess, you want to start beating the shit out of them as soon as you got to pick them gloves up.
That's insane.
It's a real thing. Yeah, it's insane, right? That's the ultimate test of mental and physical fortitude.
Yeah. All right.
Anyway.
Anyway,
I just listen. I'm a big fan of characters being used where they need to be used, and Shikamaru is being used perfectly right now, in my opinion.
No, sure. Right
This
now,
is-
this is a good place for him to be. Right now.
right now, sure,
Yeah.
yes.
Right now.
Brian, just to be clear, so it's not lost in the sea of sarcasm and facetiousness. I'm reacting to what you're saying because it's like, come on, bro. The series isn't over yet, unlike My Hero Academia. I got pow, pow, pow. And he's... Yeah, I had a little bit. It would be nice. Let's not make this... This doesn't have to be the giving Shikamaru the flowers moment. It could happen in a fight later on, still.
I just don't see that ever happening, though. Realistically, who is he gonna fight?
So
Well-
this is a coping mechanism.
No, tell me.
Yeah.
Realistically, who is he
No,
gonna
that's-
fight?
I think
That
Brian's
will
right
be
on
a-
that. I think
The
Boruto.
enemy smart person, the smart enemy.
Who? Name a name.
They're gonna. Who
Amato?
was Code? Who 3 years ago? Who was Code?
He's gonna fight Code. Is that what you're saying?
All right. I'll just get into my.
There's just
Somebody
not a
knew,
matchup.
bro.
There's just not a
Somebody knew it.
matchup. There's not a
Somebody smart
matchup
in
that
it.
will match Shikamaru in this. Aside from maybe Amato, if Amato decides to go bad.
Yes, I didn't even think about Amato.
Amato's the only person in my mind that I could think that Shikamaru could have a fucking mind battle with. But aside from that, there's nobody. And I don't think he will introduce anybody to do that. Because there's just too many people in line that fit the fighting category aside from Shikamaru. It's just not gonna happen. I could see Naruto without Nine-Tailed Fox fighting before Shikamaru.
I mean, that will happen, but I think
It will happen.
Well, look, it's in Boruto's nature to completely nerf everybody that came before, so that these kids could fucking shine. Okay.
Yeah,
I
but
get-
you don't
I
even have
get
to
it.
nerf Shikamaru.
It's fine. It is what it is, but that's what's gonna happen.
You don't even have to nerf Shikamaru.
He
though.
will be
Like,
nerfed
if he
regardless.
Nerfs Shikamaru, that would be stupid, and I will hate it.
No, we
But-
don't have to nerf Shikamaru, but he will be nerfed. Did we have to nerf Naruto? No,
No.
but we did.
I mean, I guess Ada's kind of a nerf to Shikamaru. Because she could
Ada's a
just tell
nerf
him
to
to forget shit.
Ada's a nerf to everybody but Boruto and Kawaki.
But yeah, I really like
Essentially.
I really like the situation that Shikamaru put them in. I like the way that this was all put together. I like the way all the characters kind of interacted with the plan. And it was something about Naruto and Sasuke talking about the plan in such a mature way kind of woke me up. I was like, damn, they really are fucking adults. They really made it.
They're grown.
That's my boy. He made it.
Yeah.
He's here talking about ploys and shit. When in Naruto
Manipulating
and
children?
Shippuden, would you have ever heard Naruto say ploy?
I've watched the whole series. He hasn't said ploy. I'm watching Shippuden.
like-
Maybe he says it in Shippuden, but he hasn't said ploy in Naruto, the OG series.
I was sitting there. I was like, damn, my guy really is Hokage.
Yeah, my guy said ploy.
I don't know. I really like this. I really did enjoy this chapter because everything just felt so, so planned, so eloquently planned. I know it's all going to get picked apart eventually, but it's nice to see how everything kind of came together. So those
Yeah.
are my thoughts.
Yeah, I like this chapter also. I don't know. The one thing I will say though is that this chapter is 41 pages long to explain a fairly simple plan. This was like, I feel like they asked him about like the reasons why they're going to cohabitate with Ada 3 separate times, and I feel like he explained it 3 times in one chapter, where he was like, where they were like, why do we're going to cohabitate? He's like, yeah. Why are we going to cohabitate? To keep an eye on Ada. Okay. But are we going to cohabitate? Why just us? And he's like, well, you got to keep an eye on Ada. He's like, okay, cool. So why are we keeping an eye on Ada? Because, you know, everybody else doesn't have the ability to keep an eye on Ada. Only you guys.
Right.
Cool. Why are we doing that? I feel like it has been literally like, this should be a way shorter conversation. Because I found myself reading this whole thing and just being kind of like, it's not that hard. I understand.
Right, like, okay.
The simple thing
That's
is,
why I took... Oh,
the simple thing is, hey, Ada's coming over. We're forming some kind of an alliance with her, but we don't trust her quite yet. Kawaki and Boruto, you're Otsutsuki, so you're immune to her jutsu, so you'll be living with her. Cool? And they should be like, I guess so. Yeah, cool. It's annoying, but sure. This was 40 pages. So that's my only gripe with it. I don't really have a gripe with the story necessarily. I think it'll be interesting, and it'll be interesting to see how Boruto in particular rubs off on Ada. I feel like she'll hate him at first, but then grow to like him, kind of. This is just like to get them, you know, closer together. I'm sure by the end of this, they'll kind of be friends. All of them. But yeah, I guess like I can't really predict where Boruto is going from here, so I guess I'm curious to see where it goes. I don't think this is a bad chapter. I just feel like for the amount of pages that there are to explain like a whole lot, yeah, it's a little much, but it's fine. Not the worst.
Too much spaghetti, not enough meatball.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's the best way to put it. Too much spaghetti, not enough meatball.
Or Parmesan cheese.
Yeah, the stuff with Momoshiki is interesting. That's probably going to play into something later.
Something.
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 But yeah, I thought this chapter was fine. It was just kind of like to establish the next arc. It's a transition chapter. I do agree with Brian. This is a good plan from Shikamaru. I think it's fine. I wouldn't go so far as that this is Kishimoto giving Shikamaru flowers, but it is Shikamaru-esque. It is. But that's all.
It was cool.
It was cool. But that's all I got to say about it. I mean, all in all, this chapter was very simple in terms of content. It just took a long time to get there, in my opinion.
Also, quick question on Kawaki's back. Is that the Uchiha symbol?
No, I thought it was for a moment too.
Let me see.
What
But
is
it's
that?
not.
Yeah,
Is that just a random like?
Yeah, circle. It's meant to look like the Uchiha symbol because it's badass.
It does look a little like the Uchiha symbol.
And much like the Boruto series itself, we must recycle the things that work.
I mean, barely.
Oh yeah,
In
it
order
is
to
the
make
Uchiha
more.
symbol.
Anyway, that's all I got to say about Boruto. Are you guys all squared up? Any rebuttals? Anything else?
Nope. I just had to change my pants into these shorts because it is hot.
Well, I'm having the opposite problem. It is cold where I'm at.
I wish we could share some of that energy, man.
Yeah, I mean,
Some of
believe
the
me,
cold, some warmth, you know?
so do I. My cats
Equally distribute that.
My cats are fucking freezing. But anyway, that was Boruto. Let's move onward. Black Clover.
Yoryuku.
This is Black Clover chapter 339 Zetten. Last we left off, Asta was exploring Wano, I mean the land of the sun, with the shogun of the place, I think is Ryuen, something like that, Ryu, and the sister of Yami, I forget her name, Ichiba, something like that. We'll figure it She does the Yami thing of carrying Asta by his face, dragon clawing him up, and basically they all run away from the scene of their battle, and they go over to this nice little house where there's this one guy standing there. His name is Fumito Mikuria.
Yes.
And he's apparently a recovery Jojutsu genius, and he's been looking after Lieb for the longest time. And we finally get to see Lieb again, and he's so cute.
Even the Yojutsu.
Yeah. Chibi Lieb with his little scar on his chest. You see that little scar?
When did he get that?
From getting cut really hard from Lucius. I think they both got it real bad there. But yeah, they have a cute little moment where they reunite. Asta's like, "Oh my god, I'm so happy you're safe," and Lieb's like, "Yeah, me too, Baka." But yeah, so they they're eating up, and Asta just kind of like calms down a little bit because he starts to get bummed out. He's just like, "I really have to get back ASAP. Ryu, tell me, I'll do it. Please tell me. Is there any way to get to the Clover Kingdom?" He's like, "Man, if you go back now, you're just gonna lose again, especially if Lucius is playing for keeps." And Asta's like, "Please, I have to try." And the Ryu is just like, "No, you have time. It's fine." And Asta just keeps freaking out. He's like, "You want me to train? I've been training for as long as I can remember. I can't get any stronger than this." And Ichika, that's her name. Ichika slaps the shit out of Asta. And it's just like,
That's a taste out that nigga's mouth.
Yeah, she said, "I have no idea what's happening to you or the people around you, and I don't care if you die, but you're only alive because Lord Ryuya and Mikuria saved you. So, you as a foreigner, you a foreigner when we believe they bring disasters. He may look incompetent, but he's a fine shogun. So if you're gonna ignore his fucking warning and waste the life he saved, I'll cut you down right here." And she says, "Don't take others' kindness for granted." And Asta takes a minute and collects himself, and he thanks them for the food. And so they go out to this bamboo forest, and Ryu explains that the guy's got Lucius has like overwhelming physical strength, mana, and magic. So if you take him on, he'll have your back against the wall in no time. So you need to end that fight fast, and what you need is Zetten. So
What's that?
yeah, so he explains that like well, Asta's like, "Well, I don't have any magic." He's like, "Well, try focus, then try sensing her ki." And we see Ichika just like try like bring up her energy, her ki. It's the flow of life energy. Everybody manipulates it unconsciously, very much like hockey in a way. And you're like, you could do a super precise version of that on purpose and make it erupt all at once. And Ichika does like a simple chop down and cuts a bamboo shoot straight in half. And she talks about how like the amount of your yoku and its speed generate explosive power. So you try it now. And Asta pulls a little bit of a Midoriya. He starts like muttering to himself, kind of like Midoriya used to do in the beginning of My Hero, where he's like taking notes vigorously. He's like, "I never even considered using ki that way. Is it sort of like mana skins? Everybody else uses it except with ki and then radiated." So Asta gives it a shot of his own. He channels his ki into this chop thing, and he brings his hand down. And it's not necessarily like a super clean chop like Ichika's is. It looks like more of a decay as he's coming down. And
Yeah.
it actually shocks.
Or you could argue that it was just a rough
It could be.
and non-exact. Yeah, one way,
Yeah, it could be just like a
But I
rough
didn't think
cut.
about that. I didn't think about that at first possibility. It's
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, so it's not a perfect cut, and it could be just like kind of a sloppy, chop downward because this is his first time, literally. But yeah, and Ryu explains that like actually that bamboo was grown with Yoryoku, and you dried it up. He says specifically that he dried it up. So
Because you used anti-magic,
yeah,
which is anti-Yoryu.
your Yoku.
Ah, that's why it looks like that. You're right. It's sort of decayed it because it's as if he dehydrated it.
Yeah,
in a sense,
basically.
'cause the magic was like the water for it. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, that's why it looked like that.
Yeah. But yeah, Ryu explains that he has a solid foundation already. You just didn't know how it was done. Get out there and pick up more experience. And Asta looks over to Ichika and thanks her because he can still get stronger.
And she looks so mad.
Baka. And that's where the chapter ends actually. Josh, what did you think about this chapter?
I really enjoyed this one as well. This was an enjoyable week overall. I'm not over Asta getting stronger and learning new things. Everyone else may be, or maybe not, but I'm not. I love it still. It's a cool concept. I like that they're making it that it's not just his like key that he's using; it's the curse, the anti magic situation. So he's really just pushing that out there. He's probably gonna shoot out a Getsuga Tensho or something like that. Right? Is that how this?
I mean, he already does that kind of, no?
What was Getsuga Tensho anyway? Just a strong wave of dark, explosiveness.
Yeah.
That's all it really was. Just a very hard hit. Like
no, it's just like a
that
spirit.
Looks like a black
slash.
Wave.
It's like a big spirit slash thing.
Yeah. Is it a splash or like a fucking bomb?
It's like a slash, I think, if I remember right.
Okay, well,
there you go.
It's similar. I wonder if he'll have something similar to that just an anti-magic one.
Yeah.
I don't have too much other thoughts on this chapter. It seemed like a very quick pace and to the point. I don't know why she had to smack the shit out of him. I mean, I don't think he was being ungrateful. I think he was just really worried.
Yeah.
And all the Shogun said was, "It's fine. You got time." How about you had just said, "Yo," the Lucian said he gave them like a week. So, but maybe he didn't want to pressure him with getting strong in a set amount of time.
Yeah.
So I guess that makes sense.
Yeah. Does Ryu know how much time they have, really? How does he know?
He knows about Lucifer already.
Yeah,
that was a big deal to me. I was like, what?
Yeah, that is interesting. Yeah.
Otherwise, I don't, anything stick out to you, Chris?
Yeah, I guess this was like of the chapters that I was grappling with, it was Chainsaw Man, Jujutsu Kaisen, and this. I really like this chapter.
Yeah.
I'm also not over Asta learning things and developing his fighting style. I like this whole concept of ki finally being like paid off in a greater fashion. We all knew that we'd probably get to this point where we're in Yami's land because it's been built up for so much.
Yami.
Yami. But it is a really good chapter. I really like this. Black Clover has been on a bit of a roll, and I like the chi thing. It's very cool, martial arts-esque. I'm excited to see how he applies it with anti-magic and all that stuff because I feel like it's going to be
r/anti-magic.
Yeah, I feel like it's going to be pretty unique, and I'm actually kind of excited to see how this all works out for Asta. To see Asta have like such a natural predisposition to this is actually also very fascinating. Considering he didn't have any magic and he wasn't necessarily a natural at using anti-magic either. He was always like learning on top of that. So
yeah,
it is good to see him even be shocked by his own ability. I feel like Asta has always had to work for everything he's ever had. And this is a first time where something came kind of natural to him. And it's kind of nice to see that. I appreciate that. It was a little bit of a new wrinkle to the character that we haven't seen before, and it's a very smart one, I think. But that's all I got to say, really.
I have a slight rebuttal. It's not really a rebuttal, but just to add on. Speaking of Asta's growth, I think, I don't know if you noticed, but he wasn't really a swordsman to begin with. He just used the sword to hit people with,
No. Yeah, of course.
And over time, he really got his skills up as a swordsman. Now, as he is now, he is a straight up swordsman.
Mm-hmm.
He can, he can use multiple kinds of swords too. I thought that was really cool. Because I was just thinking, because you made me think like, he was whipping people's with anti magic really easy. You know what I'm saying? That came natural to him. But again, he was using his strength, and he just so happened to be able to use the anti magic. They just so happened to work together, like fit. So it didn't come. Basically, what I'm trying to say is the swordsmanship didn't come easy either. That came with time.
Yeah.
So yeah, but this was a nice little change up.
Yeah. All right. Well, before we move on, we've had Brian go through his own little Black Clover journey. He started reading the chapters as promised, and I wanted to check in with him every now and then to see how he's proceeding with his journey. Brian, you told me that you've read chapters 1 through 15 of Black Clover. What are you thinking about the series so far?
Actually, 1 through 11. Actually, I
1 through 11
estimated.
You lied to me.
I looked. I had to look to like really remind myself, but yeah. I got up to the part where they just found the Golden Dawn is also going to the same dungeon they're going to or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Oh wow!
Damn, remember dungeons,
bro? Yeah.
That was like a thing.
Shit.
That was like a big deal.
Those were a thing. Yeah, like they explained it and everything. Like, hey, these are things that are gonna pop up. They're gonna be going to dungeons, and never happened again.
No, not really. But
so far, I'm pretty surprised about the pace of the series. It feels like what?
Not you, Brian.
Oh, it feels like a lot of the pace is going by pretty quickly. I like because I feel like all right, first chapter, he wants to become a knight. He becomes a knight. Like not in the same chapter, but it happens so fast. Like a lot of his accomplishments are happening very quickly. And I do really enjoy the comedy of this series a little bit. I definitely feel like I've heard a lot about the anime being very obnoxious sometimes when it comes to Asta's comedy, but in the manga, it's a little bit more. Since you can't hear all the screaming all the time, it's a little bit more like his character. It's a little bit more bubbly and it's a little bit more like kind of Luffy like ish when it comes to his excitement. I really like the relationship between what's his name? Fucking Sasuke. Yeah, I like the relationship between Yuno and Asta because it's very like respectable. Like they're rivals, but they respect each other a whole lot. And I also liked I really enjoyed the beginning of series fodder because they every time in every manga, the beginning of series shit talkers are always so unreasonably fucking petty. Like the dude,
the copper guy.
Yeah, there was a guy that he was gonna fight. And this dude was like, I'm just gonna stick next to him and make myself look really fucking good.
Yeah.
And then when it was their time for them to fight, he like masks off. He's like, you stupid little fucking poor ass little bitch coming from the fucking dirt, bitch ass little hoe ass fucking weakling.
Yo, went in.
He went fucking hard.
The motorcycle guy. Yeah.
Yeah. He went so fucking hard, and just to get fucking absolutely one shot by Asta. But yeah, it's pretty interesting so far. If I had to talk about who my favorite is at the moment, I only have like 2 chapters with him, but I really like Luck so far.
I knew you'd like Luck. I had a feeling.
I'm a sucker for fast and electric characters,
and cocky characters.
Yeah, I really like those kind of characters, but I do enjoy Luck a lot. What's his name? Magna is a close second. Yeah. I like Magna. And yeah, that's all I got to say about Black Clover at the moment. Pretty interesting.
And that was Brian's Black Clover journey.
Black Clover Corner.
Yeah. I'm here. I'm
excited. Wait to hear some more.
Yeah, mostly because it's actually a nice refresher for me. Because I haven't read Black Clover. I've only read Black Clover like as it's been going. I haven't gone back and read it. So you're serving as a bit of a reminder of certain plot points and stuff. But yeah, I'm glad you're enjoying it a little bit. It is a good little series. But yeah, that's I guess with that being said, we can move on to final series of the day. Let's get into it. Undead Unluck.
No.
Look. This is Undead Unluck, chapter 129, Sacred Spirit Treasures. Last we left off, Huis and Victor have gone off to fight God. You know, so
Go.
Gowd. So no pressure, I guess. We basically see, I guess, the inside of Andy's mind as the decision to let Victor come out is like he's basically like, tag me in, Andy. Luis's death is all I wanted. This will set her free. But why do I have this urge to help her until she takes her final breath? I need to understand these feelings that Huis gave me.
Called love, bro. What is he?
Yeah.
He dumb?
He said, all right, well, yeah, he is dumb, I guess.
He's been alive for so long. He doesn't know what love is? Did he forget?
What is love?
I forgot what love is. That's so fucking edge.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Anyway, so Victor has now teamed up with Huis, and they're about to fight God, who is just literally sending down meteors at them. And they're both trying to call their weapons, but Victor's like, not yet. Leave their little stopping their little stones to me. And Victor just like unleashes a bunch of his blood cannon at him. But then God opens up his face and releases his ultralight beam, it looks like.
His face opens up.
Yeah, and he just like, I'm a fire, I'm a laser. Blah. And
as Fuko watches in pure horror.
Yeah, she's already weeping profusely. It's and Luna's like, hey, they would have been wiped out without that. And the next page, super cute weapon, and they explain that there are Luna introduces the superior artifact weapons of her own creation that are capable of killing Sun. One of the three sacred spirit treasures is Aegis or Aegis. I don't really know how to pronounce that. And she's like, if you hadn't continued to clear quests to preserve the Earth until 2020, there would have been no locating that spirit treasure. So he's like, very interesting. And then as Victor has summoned Aegis, Huis summons the Fear Boy saber known as Rebellion, which is pretty cool.
She possesses Juiz's sword.
Yeah.
So and turns it into Rebellion. Whoa. Cool.
And Rebellion as well. After 99 loops, 2 spirit treasures.
This is a bad person.
It will not be enough, however. They will still die. And Huis is like, why me, Victor? The sword belongs to you. And he's like, no, not since I gave up on slaying God and put my efforts towards killing you instead. So,
but that's your cold turkey.
So Huis takes the sword and she's just imbues it with all her hatred that she's been accrued over the 99 loops. But then instead she stops herself and she says, I'll imbue it with the bitter regrets of my late comrades, with my own powerlessness. And lastly, I'll imbue it with rage.
My own powerlessness.
And she just like jumps up towards God with the rebellion sword and says, the rage of the Torbit he's cost you these last 455.4 billion undying years. Jeez Louise. That's a lot of years. But that's where the chapter ends.
Wow.
Yeah. Josh, what did you think about it?
What did I think? 455 billion.
0.4.
Do you know how long it would take for you to count from 1 to that?
455.4 billion years.
No. But if you divided that into seconds, if you could say two numbers a second, that would still take you 220. Let's just round up. I mean, let's just round down for argument's sake. 227 billion seconds.
That's how long
How
it would
many
take.
days are in 227 billion seconds?
You tell me.
How many days? Yo, nigga, what I'm trying to get across is that a billion is a much larger number than it seems.
I know.
100 millions.
100 billion
No,
days.
a million millions. Whoa. Okay, let me.
What the hell?
Yeah, it's just numbers are crazy. It's just a lot, Chris. All right, like if you was a billionaire, you know how much dollars you'd be making a second?
How much?
I forgot.
All right. Well.
But think about it every second. Anyway.
Oh, okay.
This I like the introduction of the new items, and even though I clowned about the new artifacts, by the way, the Aegis Shield and the Sword of Despair, whatever the fuck it's called,
The Rebellion Sword.
The Rebellion Sword. It was right there. I like this little connection between Juice and Victor. It's actually a better sell than Fuko and Andy, and not because of inappropriate stuff, but because really they've been together for so long. It is super poetic, and I really do feel for them. When we got the story of how Andy was born, it was crazy because it truly was like, wow, he was born from this. Like she did that to save him. To save Victor. And he wants to kill her to save her from reliving the pain of the loops. This shit is just crazy. It's a deep manga. This shit is way deeper than I thought it would ever be.
Yeah.
Do I have anything profound to say other than that? I thought it was cool how Juice had short hair in the past. She kind of reminded me of Fuko in this picture. And like on the first page in the bottom right corner.
Yeah. She does look like Fuko, actually.
Yeah, the similarities are interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, shit, this shot of the sun god vaporizing and everything. Wow.
Yeah.
And Fuko watching in horror, that was epic. There's been some epic 2-page spreads in this chapter.
Yeah.
That's all I got to say, man. I liked it. What you got, Chris? Anything profound?
Nothing really. I think you tapped all of the stuff I wanted to say. Just like the moon being just like a stereotypical like final boss kind of guy. He's like,
Yeah, definitely an asshole. They're both bad.
Yeah, no, they're both bad, but like the moon is like, they're doing that. I see. Oh, how amusing. That's kind of funny in and of itself. I thought the weapons were cool. There's one left. You know, we only know of 2 of these.
It should be the fucking
weapons.
pen.
The what?
That shit was crazy. The pen.
What pen?
That makes you remember everything.
Oh no, that's the card. But that's
no.
Not...
Oh shit. No. What did the pen do? It made him realize that he was.
Oh.
What was it?
I don't remember what it was.
He could create reality as he goes or something like that.
Wow, I don't remember what it was. That feels like so long ago.
Nah, fuck that artifact. The time one is the best one.
Yeah, but that's not one of the sacred spirit treasures.
Maybe the other one is a gun.
There's the sword. Probably.
The gun devil.
There's the sword and the shield, and there's one more that we don't know about, which I assume will be revealed in the next loop. But yeah, there's a lot of really cool like art in this chapter. I thought, like you mentioned, the 2-page spread where he just like shoots his beam is really fucking crazy.
Yeah, it's impressive.
The reveal of the Aegis is cool. I think it looked really cool like that, where it looked kind of like an a light construct, almost like a Green Lantern
Yeah.
shield. It was kind of cool. I do like the idea of the Rebellion sword. It looked really dope as well.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, it was a really cool.
It looks like they
design.
really about to hurt God.
Yeah, they won't, but otherwise the series would be over. Imagine that's another thing. It's just like they kill God this way. It's like, oh, I guess we don't need to do the loop after all.
Sick!
Nice.
Right? Luna is just like,
Oh shit.
I won.
Alright.
Whoosh.
Okay.
So I'm out.
All right.
Y'all can hold it down, right? Y'all
Yeah.
got this?
But
Yeah.
I don't have
Alright.
much else to say in the way of that. We'll have to see how the next chapter goes. If he just like swats her away like a fly or something, that would be pretty dark.
Oh, that would be way too funny.
Yeah. Yeah, but I know we won't get that at least. But yeah, that's all I gotta say. If that's it, we can close out, right?
Yes.
Well, that has been Undead Unluck, and that has been our show. Oh, geez, thank you guys so much for listening. I know this is a long one, but thanks for sticking with us. You can find me at the Chris Espinal on Twitter and Instagram. Josh at JD Cole on Instagram. JD Cole _37 on Instagram. At New Jump City Josh on Twitter. Brian at b.esp on Twitter and Instagram. Follow him on twitch.tv/It's Punchline to watch him play video games. I don't know when he does it, but he does do it. So check him out on that. Email us at New Jump City follow the show itself at New Jump City on Twitter and Instagram. Follow us on Twitter, especially because we do a really good chapter of the week poll every week. So check us out on that. Vote for your favorite series and we'll announce it on the show. Email us at newjumpcitypod@gmail.com with any questions, suggestions, anything you guys want us to talk about on the podcast. We would greatly appreciate hearing. You can also comment under the video you're watching, whether it's the highlight breakouts that you watch or the little full version of the podcast as well. And while you're at it, give us a subscribe to the podcast on YouTube. Hit that notification bell so you never miss an upload. Or if you prefer audio podcasts, we're pretty much every audio podcast platform there is. iTunes, Spotify, wherever you listen to podcasts, check us out there. The audio version of the podcast usually goes up before the video version. So if that's an incentive for you at all, usually, pretty much every single time. So
set it for dramatic flair.
Yeah. But yeah, check us out on that. Leave us a 5-star review wherever you're listening to the podcast. It helps us out in the algorithm. So does commenting, so does liking, so does subscribing. So let us hear you guys. And I think that's it. That's it for the show. Brian's not here, but I'm sure he wishes you a fond farewell. Thank you guys so much for listening. We'll see you guys next week. Oh, there
Thanks
he
for
is.
coming by and listening, guys.
There
Peace
he
out.
is. Well, now I want to wait for him real fast to say goodbye. Brian, say goodbye to the people.
Deuces.
All right, bye, guys.